comments up on the live stream because we will be taking them for the rest of the show. We'll also be taking comments up on WhatsApp. The number to send those messages into is 0809 444 981. And of course, we're always on Twitter at Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag LockerRoom981. Okay, so let's get into this.
Okay.
And by this, I mean all the stories we've got coming up for you. So, NBA news: Los Angeles Lakers beaten by New Orleans Pelicans in must-win game, whilst at the Miami Open, Swiatek beats Osaka to win. Inter sneak past Juve to stay on heels of leader Milan, and Tuchel bemused by Chelsea collapse in shock loss to Brentford.
They were the pride of London.
The shock was real. And Man City relishing proper battle for title with Liverpool, this according to Guardiola, while Barca leapfrog over Sevilla into second place with Pedri masterpiece. And Man U drop more points in race for top four. Oh, that's not good. That can't be good. And Netherlands coach Louis Van Gaal diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I like the way you pronounce this name right. A lot of people just say Louis Van Gaal. They lean into the G.
Listen, Nigerians, we like a hard G. What can we say? All right, so those are all the news stories up for you for the next half hour. Let's get into it. So, going back to the NBA where it all started, LeBron James and Anthony Davis returned from injury but could not stop the Los Angeles Lakers losing 114 to 111 to the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the defeat put the Lakers 11th in the Western Conference, just one place below the play-in tournament spots.
All right. So when you say just one place below the play-in tournament spot, there's a playoff spot. Then from 7 to 10, do the play-in to get two teams to join the playoffs. Lakers missed the two. So they failed jam. They've now failed. What's the other one that people used to enter? Pre-degree course that they used to enter school. So they're just hanging out with their wife on the ground. It's a horrible place for the Lakers to be. Everything went wrong.
This is the Lakers.
Yes. So 2 seasons ago, champions. This last season they came in through the playoffs. Could have beaten Phoenix Suns until that injury to Anthony Davis. This season, they will not even make it. So it started with a bunch of things: front office business, getting a few players that just never matched, that just never fit each other. Then their key players were always out. Like somebody said, Anthony Davis was always in home clothes. Basically, he was always injured. LeBron, he had to be scoring 40-point games, 50-point games. Even this game that they lost, he scored 38 points. And he had to force himself out of injury just to try and get the Lakers into the play-ins. They still lost. So they're in 11th.
For you, how is LeBron feeling about this? Because
I don't know. I don't think he's ever had.
He doesn't like not being.
Yeah, he doesn't like. No. I mean, to close the season this early, I think it's very foreign to him. But I think he'll give him an indication of what to expect when retirement finally comes, because that's the only good way I can say this. Because this is horrible. As if this is not bad enough. At least they're completely out. But Brooklyn Nets with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, they're out. They're in 10th.
Excuse me?
They're in 10th in the East. So you're looking at all these big names and you're like, okay, these stars are not the future of tomorrow. They're already here. The young ones have taken over. Kevin Durant just suffering on the sidelines. He can't believe he's going to have to get into the playoffs through the play-ins.
Wow.
So this season has been madness in the NBA. Well, it's been madness in a lot of sports, but in the NBA, it's even more shocking. So yes, surprise one for the Lakers and Brooklyn Nets. But
man, what happened to steady progression from generation to generation? Now they're just leapfrogging over everyone left, right, and center.
Nobody's waiting for you. It's a Moluwe life out there. Everybody's just getting on the bus.
Oh my God. Okay. And moving into the world of tennis, and Iga Swiatek's dream season continued as the incoming world number one scooped her third, count them, 1, 2, 3, third successive WTA 1000 title to beat Naomi Osaka in the Miami Open final on Saturday.
Yeah, so Iga Swiatek has been amazing this season. Like I said, I had favorite players. There was Barty, there was Iga Swiatek, and then there's Sloane Stephens. I like Sloane Stephens, not her tennis. It's just the way she goes about her life. But Ashley Barty won the Australian Open, and then you know how she retired.
That thing. I was just.
Let me just even shock you. She retired, and this weekend she won her golf tournament.
I love her. She's just so awesome.
Because I just kept telling people she doesn't have any. She's not depressed. She's not sad. She's not doing.
She was just like, I'm ready to move on.
She was just literally ready to move on, and she moved on into golf. She won the tournament.
Wow.
Just so you know. But back to Swiatek. Since the Masters, she has been late. It's not just the way she's been going from tournament to tournament. It's the way she's been dominating the circuit. This final, she beat Naomi Osaka 6-4, 6-love.
Whoa!
Yes,
Naomi Osaka.
Yes, in a final.
How
now
is
you
this
have to understand.
possible?
Naomi Osaka is 4-0 in finals. Every final she's gone to in a major tournament, she's won it.
Weren't we just discussing this thing on Friday?
She met Iga Swiatek and she lost 6-love in the second set. So Swiatek is.
I mean, I'm just. How is her mental? How is she going to deal with this?
Well,
thing?
she looked like she was in a better place, because usually you start seeing the mini tantrums from the way her mouth coils up and all. But she looked like she was thinking of her life. Like, maybe if I didn't go away for a while, they won't have beaten me like this. She had a different thought. It was more, she had a thought of, I'm challenged, as opposed to, I give up.
I'm beaten down.
I'm beaten now, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I think she's going to come back stronger. But for Swiatek, she was supposed to play in Charleston this week, in the 500 tournament. She's taking a break. She just needs to rest. It's 3 consecutive WTA 1000 Masters. The last person that did that was Serena Williams a long time ago. So she set the record. She's only the 4th player to win back-to-back WTA Masters, the Sunshine Doubles.
Okay, Iga.
So Iga, yes. And she's only 20. So like I said, the young ones are not the leaders of tomorrow. They are taking over right now.
I'm telling you.
On the men's side, though, if you think Iga is young, she won at 20. Alcaraz won it at 18. So we are all looking towards the next gen. Medvedev.
Yeah. Guys, new retirement age is 40.
I'm telling you, we're looking
that.
at Medvedev, Zverev, and the rest to try and do it. No, it's Carlos Alcaraz from
Alcaraz are like
18-year-old. He just jumped over all of them and he won that final. So on the men's side, it's an 18-year-old boy. On the women's side, it's a 20-year-old girl. So I'm looking for a good retirement plan. If people have choices or suggestions, please send my way, because these kids have taken over.
Guys, it's young blood now. Even in figure skating, is the 15-year-olds are doing
Exactly. So
your
no
boys,
time, man.
Your ligaments, they can't compete. It's okay. It's all good. All right, and let's take it over to football. Inter Milan kept their title defense alive with Sunday's 1-0 win at Juventus. This was thanks to a controversial retaken penalty, which moved them 3 points behind leaders AC Milan and Napoli, 3-1 winners at Atalanta.
Yes, so the tough battle came, and Inter Milan haven't had a good result against Juventus in Turin. So they're coming with a very poor result against Juventus in Turin. They're coming in poor form leading up to this. But the good news is that this came after the international break. So like I said, after the international break, anything your eyes see, just take it, because you don't know what somebody ate when they went to their village. The match, though, the result, it doesn't tell this story, because it was Juventus that were the aggressors. They were the ones pushing. They were the ones creating the chances. They were the ones trying to get goals. Inter Milan just had 1 or 2 bright moments where they were in the other 18-yard box and they forced a penalty. Now, this penalty was really tricky. Like, it's the softest penalty. It was clumsy, it was soft, and on a normal day without VAR, nobody would have given it.
Oh.
Yes. So I think the guy had already even lost the ball, and then somebody mistakenly stepped on his tiny toe. Just a tiny toe. VAR called it back and said they stepped on his tiny toe.
This is VAR that refuses to see the big things. What is this?
Well, this is Italy. If it was EPL, yeah, but this is Italy. VAR works here. It was the way. So the penalty was taken. There was an encroachment. Referee said retake the penalty. No, it was taking, the keeper saved it. Referee said encroachment, retake the penalty. Then they retook the penalty and scored, and that was the only goal in the game.
Guys, this is where goal comes in. Because
Regardless,
what was
I'm
this?
telling you,
You were like, let's just play as much as we can. Let's make this game
they,
hard.
they did they
Oh.
did the best they could. They, chance after chance, just couldn't find the back of the net, and Inter Milan ran away with this point. So it keeps them in touch with the people at the top, with Napoli, who defeated Atalanta by 3-1, and then AC Milan, who's going to play today against Bologna. So it keeps them in. But for Juventus, they now have to start looking over their back at Roma, who are in fifth, because those ones may be looking to leapfrog them. Only a few
They're
games
gonna be
left.
feeling the
Anything
breath
can
on their
happen.
neck now.
Yes, it's not where Juventus thought they'd see themselves this time of the season, but there they are.
Yeah. All right. And Tunji has sent in a message saying Iteka has been 110% correct on her analysis on the Lakers, Nets, Swiatek, Osaka, and especially Alcaraz. We were all looking at Medvedev and Zverev and Tsitsipas to take over. How wrong we were.
I'm telling you, these young ones are not playing.
Yeah.
They're like, our time is now. Right
We're not
now.
waiting.
We're not waiting.
None of this, pay your dues. We paid them with
Yeah.
our births. All right, and we've got more for you. Do remember, send your messages into 0809 440 981 and go up on youtube.com/smooth981fm Lagos, where we are streaming live. Leave your comments up on the live stream. And Chelsea coach Thomas Tuchel was mystified by his team's concession of 3 goals in 10 minutes. They didn't even spend time. In Saturday's shock 4-1 Premier League thrashing by Brentford, which consigned the European champions to their first home defeat in 6 months. What happened?
I can't even say, because first half was a bit iffy, but second half both teams came out looking like they were going to score a goal. Rudiger scored this fantastic long range shot. Like, while we're still trying to close our mouth from the Rudiger goal, Janelt goes on the other end and equalizes. It was so we're in shock, and then as we're still applauding, there was a goal on the other end. Not as fantastic, but equally as important. And before they could recover from the other one, their defense again was split open. They were pressing to get the goal. Their defense was split open again with a through pass. And Ericsson gets the put in the back of the net, and then the third goal came. So it was, you would think that Chelsea is such a solid team until you see the way that they were torn apart by Brentford. And I think Real Madrid was just watching that. So number one rule, taking notes. Number one rule, give them possession. Number two, when they press high, put the ball over the top. And let Vinicius Junior run. That's just it. Just Vinicius Junior just run at them, because that seemed to be the rule on the day. But a really tough game for Thomas Tuchel, who also is having his own personal issues in the background, because he's getting a divorce apparently. And so there's that struggle. Then there's the Chelsea still struggle, and then there's the 4-1 result on the pitch. It's a tough time to be Thomas Tuchel, but for us at Locker Room, we like to create safe spaces for people. So we are going to let Chelsea fans and all other fans call in. This is a safe space. You can just pour your heart out, what you think about your result, and if you're still hopeful about Chelsea doing the job against Real Madrid. The numbers to call are
0144898981. I'll tell you those numbers once more once we get back from this break.
Where's the phone?
This phone?
Oh, no, the phone with the WhatsApp.
Oh, the WhatsApp is here.
It's not.
It's that phone.
Okay, it's not loading as fast.
Yeah, might be an internet issue.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
did you see the Grammy Award something?
I was fast asleep.
Okay.
I just saw what's the
What it's
news.
saying.
No, I didn't even see what happened.
So how Angelique Kidjo won, and then everybody decided to form intellectual on this thing, and I don't want to belittle her music, because her music must be great, and people must be listening to it somewhere. I'm just saying
I'm listening.
that, some people are saying that they don't only listen to popularity of music, they listen to quality of music. I'm just saying that there is something political about these Grammy nominations
Mm.
that, yes, that determines you being picked. Because I'm not saying Burna Boy's music wasn't great. I'm just saying, if Diddy wasn't involved, would he really have won? Because he sang, for me, some better songs. His other album was, to me, better. So his,
Pepper.
yeah, my bodyguard. His other songs were better. I'm just saying, without Diddy, Bonner won't have even been a confession. So there's something else, because you can't tell me. I don't care what you say. And that her song, she sang about climate change. So wait, we go to the club and we're like, the weather is changing. Everybody don't throw away plastic.
So the difference
Is
that
what?
Whiskey, Burna, and the likes, they are big in Nigeria and in West Africa. Get me?
And
No, just
outside.
get
Wait,
my
wait,
point.
let him
Get
finish.
my
Let
point.
him finish.
Now, before these guys even began to enjoy this prominence that they're enjoying now, she's been around for a while.
Excuse me.
Their
Yeah, the
panel
Grammys
of
for this
jury,
year.
their panel of jury, wherever they are at the Grammys, don't even do a lot of research, and they don't even care much about this.
Okay,
to
first
them,
they
to them,
don't do
Whiskey and the likes are
research.
up and coming artists.
For them, well, first of all, let me correct
To
that.
them, to those guys.
Including Femi
Peku.
Kuti.
That's what. No. Now that's what I'm saying. Let me finish.
We're
Femi
back, oh.
Kuti is
We're back,
always
we're back.
nominated every year,
Well,
even next
Tega's
year.
bodyguard, we're back. Studio. Okay, if you missed what was going on YouTube, you can always catch the replay because the conversation went in a whole different direction. YouTube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. You can also leave your comments up on that live stream and watch the replay after the show. And of course, Tega, back to what we're talking about, which was the opening up the phone lines.
Yes, so let's take some of the messages. But we'll open up the phone lines now about Chelsea. So, what do you think of Chelsea's result, and would it affect Chelsea when they take on Real Madrid in the Champions League this week? All right.
Now you have it. So the number to dial 01448998. I see now some of you don't even need that. Let's go straight to the phones. Hello, good morning.
Greg, you go right.
Gregory from Ojo. Go ahead.
Now, what people don't understand about Chelsea is that Chelsea don't have a direction now because of what is happening to the team. They are selling, they are not selling. Players are distracted. People have contracts. And, let me tell you something. There's what we call physical fitness and mental fitness. And the coach himself has a problem with the wife. So at the end of it, you find out Chelsea is in deep waters. I'm happy I'm an Arsenal fan. And I'm looking at that third position anyway.
Gregory, now we know.
I love it.
I am. So it's best to know that they're not going to burn another person.
Thank you for that, Gregory. Keep on calling 0144899881. Let me read some of the messages that we've got coming in. So Tyre from Aja says Rudiger scored from the car park. Chelsea were stunned by the bees to be 4-1 is to be forearmed. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, Tech, I see the phone lines. It's okay.
No, I wanted to help you pick it.
Oh, okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Transit.
All right, go right
Ibukun
ahead.
from Transit. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't think this defines Chelsea. I'm a United fan, but I don't think this defines Chelsea. They have a strong team. They have a philosophy. They have a way they play.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they might have a dip in form. It happens to all teams, even without the off-field, things that are happening in the background and whatever has happened with the coach. But I believe they have a mental strength that my team doesn't even have.
Mm.
But
Okay.
and Tega is true. You like.
Tega, you've been outed.
I don't know what this means. I only like Ashley Barty. Who is Chelsea?
Well, actually, now that Ibukun says it, any small thing, Chelsea fans, what do you have to say?
Because they're very engaging.
Actually, it's true. Can't lie to you. All right, let's take your messages now. This one in Emeka from Amuo says, with regards to Chelsea, I see Real Madrid licking their lips. This one, Mendy is observing his obligatory Ramadan fast. It was probably that with the pace at which the game was going, he was seeing a double. And on a lighter note, I think Chelsea will bounce back against Madrid. Whilst Cruz says, Tega, I don't understand the Bayern palaver. Pico enlighten me, Mbok, he says. And yes, you have to find out what he was talking about when he says leave the Grammys for Grapevine, because all of that is up on YouTube. And Larry from the abroad says Chelsea has been living in a pressure cooker these past weeks and has kept it together, not losing in six throughout this Abramovich saga. Now, the international break broke up the cohesion and momentum, and that pressure had to come out eventually. Glad it was this match, and the boys will have everything under control by the time the Madrid game comes. Plus, Brentford didn't really have an international break, but no excuse. No excuse. Whilst Olufemi Omotayo says, so Brentford actually went to Stamford Bridge just for one reason. This 4-1 something it's not going to end anytime soon.
It's not going
is
to end
it?
anytime soon. No, it's
Okay.
not. All right, the numbers to call. We're still talking to Chelsea about Chelsea. This is a safe space. So the numbers to call are
0144899981. That's the number. Call us up.
let us
my
know.
goodness.
What do you think about Chelsea's loss to Brentford, and will it affect their performance against Real Madrid? All right.
Okay. And let me go back to the messages. Got this one in from Shay, who says, Tega, be careful with my Chelsea. When Chelsea loses like this in Champions League, they become beasts. And he also says, Real Madrid, don't snooze or you lose.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So Real Madrid will be watching.
Okay, now let's move on. We've got another more stories to get into, and Liverpool are on a dangerous run of form in the Premier League, but Manchester City will do everything they can to stay one step ahead. This is what City manager Pep Guardiola said on Sunday as the title race heats up in the final weeks of the season.
Yes, and they literally are one step ahead. It's just 1 point between Liverpool and Manchester City. And both teams meet up, I think, next weekend to kind of slug it out. Now, that is an important fixture in the sense that whoever wins that will feel like they have the momentum back in their corner. But that may not be the end of the season. However, it's a really tough ask for Manchester City, because first of all, they have to play Atletico Madrid tomorrow. Now, Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, you're playing against an Atletico Madrid. Even an Atletico Madrid that has not been convincing this season is a mental drain to play against. They will take everything out of you. They will frustrate you. Even if you beat them, you will know that you met somebody.
They will drag your leg.
So,
they will hold on to your ankle.
You will feel the pain some days later, and after that, they now have to face Liverpool. So it's two big matches coming up too soon to each other. And so Pep Guardiola is going to have to find a way to keep his team in both fights. So Atletico Madrid tomorrow and Liverpool over the weekend is a tough ask. But hey, that's the job that Pep Guardiola signed up for. That's what he's collecting millions for. And that's what he has to bring. The results.
Okay, and let's talk about Barca now. So, a wonder goal from Pedri proved the difference for Barcelona on Sunday as a 1-0 win over Sevilla sent Javi Hernandez's side up to second in La Liga for the first time this season. And Javi said, "We're second, but nothing is done. While it's mathematically possible to fight for La Liga, we will keep fighting."
Yes, it's mathematically possible for them to fight for La Liga. They are 12 points now behind Real Madrid, but they have a game in hand. And so you'd be imagining that if they won that game in hand, considering the form that they've been in and the new team that they have, then they'd just be 9 points behind Real Madrid. And from then on, they just keep pushing. Anything can happen. So I don't know where that goes to for Barcelona, but what it is that they have completely turned their season around. They are now the team to beat in the La Liga. So they defeated Real Madrid. They defeated Sevilla. Those are their closest competitions and the biggest competitions. Now they've leapfrogged Sevilla into that second position, and now they're chasing Real Madrid. If you're Real Madrid, I'm sure you'll be looking over your shoulder. I'm saying, how many points is the game? 9. Okay, we're still safe. If it drops down below that, then it's time to get into beast mode, because it's getting too close. But Barcelona has built a strong team. Yesterday there was a struggle for the strikers. Aubameyang was brilliant in the first half, non-existent in the second half. Memphis Depay came on, didn't really do much to change. Dembele came in, beat his marker, but couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. The ball came to Pedri, and he got the goal took out 3 defenders on his way to getting that goal. So you're looking at the team that is getting goals from their strikers, getting goal from the midfield, getting goal from the defense, and they are playing brilliant football. It makes you wonder how vulnerable that team will be. So Xavi has built a good team this season. I think they started a little too late for the La Liga, but there's nothing that says they cannot push for Europa, and there's nothing that says next season is going to be easy. Because now everything we're looking at that team saying, if they are this good now, imagine when they add some more players in summer, how solid they are going to be for the next season and for the running in La Liga. They look a solid team though, a very solid team. However, I will still say this: your soup can only be sweet if the ingredient is complete. That's what's happening to Xavi. You people can still convince me he's a great coach. That one I cannot buy it.
Tiger, you honestly not met some cooks. Because they have all the sweetest ingredients.
No, because
and that soup is
because
bitter.
when Xavi inherited Ronald Koeman's team, he was still not winning. He started winning after the buys. So they bought in some key players and some people came back from injury. So by the time Pedri came into the team from injury, by the time they brought in Aubameyang, what's his name? They brought in Ferran Torres. Dembele was now fit. The team started looking more solid. But before then, with the team that Koeman had, he wasn't winning this much.
So which of the teams do you want to see him coach before you can be...
Let him coach that one. If he coaches that team that Koeman had and they're winning championships, then I would be like, yeah, he's a great coach. But no, for now, we can't say that. We can't say that.
Okay, going over to youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. We got some comments up. LK Aderogba says, this defeat was bound to happen. The off-field drama has just been too much. Our owner sent packing, coach getting a divorce. Madrid should just not embarrass us. Whilst Chimaobi Victor says Barcelona has really turned the table round with Xavi, while for my darling Brentford FC, we silenced Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Okay.
Wow, Chimaobi Victor is always moving teams.
Chimaobi Victor likes winners.
Okay,
right? He's like,
I'm with him.
Who's winning today? I'm with you guys. I'm with them. All right, and keep on sending your messages in, but we've got more for you. And Manchester United boss Ralph Ragnick bemoaned his lack of attacking options after a 1-1 draw against Leicester on Saturday, badly damaged their hopes of securing Champions League football for the next season.
Oh, well, it's a tough battle. But they were playing against the Leicester side that haven't been so brilliant. Leicester were 10th on the table, haven't been so brilliant, but could cause trouble to any team on any day. And Leicester really came for the fight. In fact, apart from that Messi tackle that Kelechi Iheanacho gave in the build-up to the second goal, they could have been winning that game by 2-1. But like I said, brilliant. A Leicester side that are drowning and need something to hang on to. But for Manchester United, I don't know what he's saying, a lack of attacking options. Because, I look at that team and I see a few people that can score a few goals. It's just... And it's going to be hard to sell. I think this Ralph Ragnick situation is like the Augustine Iguavon situation. Because you fail as a coach and you want to go and be technical director. What do you want to technically direct? I mean, when you were literally by the pitch, you didn't do anything. You now want to do something from one boardroom somewhere. It's going to be a tough sell. But he can't keep saying this about players not being in form and players not getting goals. Even their build-up was a little lethargic. So for Manchester United, I don't know what to say. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo didn't play, but even with Cristiano Ronaldo, they've dropped points. So I don't know if they can put that down to just that.
All right, and that's that for Tega Tiger, only inside the locker room. You can catch her outside. She is at Tega Supreme up on Twitter. And that's that. Locker room comes back on a Wednesday at 8:15 in the morning. Coming up, it is going to be Lagos Talks right here on Smooth Breakfast. Stick with us. Love music and love life.